Welcome to Wake Forest University for the 22nd Annual Graduate School of Arts and Sciences Hooding and Commencement Ceremony. I ask Chaplain Timothy Allman to please step forward for the invocation.
Let us pray. Giver of every good gift, sacred source of all life, delight of our days, you have brought us to this day of celebration, sparking the creativity and caring of faculty and staff in classrooms, labs, and offices. We gather in Wake Chapel to express our awe at this collective accomplishment, turning our vision inward to imagine all that is yet to be done, even as we marvel at what has transpired thus far. We also gather to express our gratitude for parents and partners who have helped pay the bills, for professors and staff who have encouraged, prodded, challenged, and cajoled the class of 2023 to live into their potential, for counselors and advisors and administrators who taught them the importance of making good choices and the consequences of making poor ones, for friends who have reminded us that our futures do not depend on our biased review of our pasts, and that a life of wisdom, awe, and wonder is open to all. But our hearts are also full of sadness for an era ended, for things left undone, for dreams unfulfilled, for friends and mentors about to part company. And now in this place, marvelous in the diversity of its members, on this day, intricate in the complexity of its hopes, may we pause for just a whisper of a moment, unruffled and still, to honor Creator, greet ancestors, welcome guides, acknowledge mentors, and always, always, we invoke Spirit. Amen. And you may be seated.
Thank you, Tim. On behalf of myself and Dean Brad Jones, I welcome all of you, our students, your friends and family, and I thank you for sharing this special day with our graduates in Wake Chapel. I thank the many graduate faculty, staff, students, and distinguished guests for your attendance today. And we welcome our faculty mentors as they share this special day with their students. We also welcome Wake Forest University President Dr. Susan Wente, Provost Dr. Michelle Gillespie, and Wake Forest University School of Medicine brand new Dean Dr. Ebony Boulware, who are all in attendance for the formal conferral of degrees. I'd like to also take a special moment to welcome a guest today that I think all of you would benefit from getting to know, as I have for the last 2 days. The very first Wake Forest PhD was granted in anatomy by the School of Medicine in 1964. 1964. I'm thrilled to welcome the recipient of that degree as our honored guest today, Dr. Russell Ryder. Dr. Ryder, would you stand up, sir, please? Dr. Ryder is a professor of cell systems and anatomy at the University of Texas Health Science Center in San Antonio. He's dedicated his professional career to studying the role of oxygen derivatives in apoptosis, necrosis, and neuronal degeneration. His lifetime of scientific exploration and publication has placed him as one of the world's most highly cited research scientists. Dr. Ryder, we congratulate you on your long and distinguished career. We're proud to honor you as a Wake Forester and for your enduring example of pro humanitate. We're thrilled that you're sharing this day with our students. Welcome home, sir. Now we turn to celebrate our new graduates. Today, your lives as graduate students come to a conclusion, and you cast your dreams to a future that you will help to shape. In the course of your life, you've come to realize, of course, that you are also someone else's dream. Today, our chapel is filled with the love and hope of families and friends filled to the brim who have stood by you and stand with you now. I want to give you just a moment, graduates, to honor with a round of applause the people that are here with you today or watching online. Graduates, this world needs you. It needs your imagination and creativity. It needs your skills and knowledge. But perhaps more than anything else, this world needs your empathy and your kindness. I know I speak for all assembled here today when I tell you how proud we are of you as you leave us to step forward, to use what you have learned at Wake Forest to change the world for the better. It's now my honor to present to you Dr. Susan Wente, the president of Wake Forest, for her remarks.
Thank you, Dean Godwin, and good afternoon to all of you. Before I begin, I also want to add my thanks to Dr. Ryder for joining us today. As noted, you exemplify for all of us gathered here today that a Wake Forest education connects you to this place, to each other, and to Pro Humanitate for a lifetime. Now, it's my honor especially also to bring greetings to you, the class of 2023. This is truly an auspicious day in your academic journey. You made it! Wow! We are all so very, very proud of you. I want to echo Dean Godwin's gratitude to each of your guests, family members, parents, spouses, children, friends who are assembled with you here today. No graduate walks alone, nor did your paths begin when you arrived at Wake Forest. Your graduate education is based upon the culmination of many, many years of choices, sacrifices, failures, and as we're here to celebrate today, achievements. Your family, your loved ones, your friends, they were there and they're here, whether virtually or in person, along with your Wake Forest family, the faculty, and the graduate school staff. Graduates, I know how indebted you are to them, and myself, I am equally indebted to all of them for their help as they walked with you on this journey. The origins of academic hooding ceremonies date back more than 1,000 years to European universities, where students were quite literally clothed in a symbol of knowledge gained through study, designating them ever more as learned scholars in their disciplines. I also think probably these caps and gowns might have kept them warm when there wasn't, or all the heating that they had. We certainly know they're keeping us warm today, right, in the heat. Today, you're going to follow in those ancient footsteps of generations of scholars before you. You will receive the symbolic hood and colors of your discipline as you graduate. The distinctive look of your academic regalia ties you ever more to Wake Forest, to the motto every Wake Forest student and graduate is called to answer, Pro Humanitate, and to embody its spirit at home and in the world. Class of 2023, I know you are ready. You're ready to lead with courage and integrity, and you are ready to be catalysts for good in society. Congratulations to each of you on this special day.
I'll now ask Dr. Carol Milligan, the Program Director of Neuroscience and Professor of Neurobiology and Anatomy, to introduce our distinguished guest, Dr. Anna Taylor, the Director of the Office of Research Operations and Analysis at the National Institute of Neurological Disorders and Stroke and the National Institutes of Health.
Congratulations to all of our graduates. I am most pleased to introduce today's speaker to you, Dr. Anna Taylor. Throughout her career, Dr. Taylor has consistently applied key scientific principles of observation and data analysis to identify areas of complexity and sometimes inefficiencies to develop strategies to improve performance and outcomes. Further, her value of the diversity of individual and group perspectives has allowed her to develop and implement approaches and policies for successful outcomes. Her extensive knowledge of science and policy enables her to serve as an effective leader for this critically important and overall mission for NINDS. Dr. Taylor earned her bachelor's and master's degrees from the University of Central Florida, and I have known her for over 20 years because she conducted her PhD research in my laboratory. As a trainee, Anna Taylor designed, executed, and interpreted experiments whose results challenged and accepted dogma, the neurotrophic hypothesis. The excitement she and I shared over these novel results was tempered by challenges put forth by members of her thesis committee and others in the field. However, armed with the data from well-planned and executed experiments, Dr. Taylor stood her ground. When investigating the secretion of proteins from astrocytes in muscles, she brought me a paper from an unrelated field and noted, "We have to look at these exosomes." At the time, we were intrigued by this fascinating aspect of cell biology that is now an active area of research for studying biomarkers in Alzheimer's and other neurodegenerative diseases. I mention these examples because even at this early stage of her career, Dr. Taylor had the ability to take a broad, non-biased, and interdisciplinary view of a situation, gather the data that she analyzed, and interpreted it to provide novel results and novel insight. As a student, Dr. Taylor actively engaged in discussion to prompt her colleagues to question the literature, their own scientific approaches, and interpretations of results. This approach challenged and improved the science of all with whom she interacted, from faculty, postdocs, staff, and students. She proves the adage that everything you need to know you learn in kindergarten or graduate school. Today, Dr. Taylor has extensive experience and expertise regarding NINDS extramural program, funding management, analysis, policy, and operations. Her ability to gather data, critically analyze them, and work with individuals across groups has led to significant improvements in the development of national funding programs and other aspects of NINDS's mission. Her leadership also led to the co-founding and directing of the NIH Neurobiobank, a tremendous contribution for neuroscience research throughout our country and for our international collaborators. Her efforts have been recognized by numerous NIH awards and presentations. 15 years ago, when Dr. Taylor told me she wanted to pursue the NIH AAAS Science Policy Fellowship, I admit to being a bit saddened. I thought neuroscience was losing one of its most creative investigators. Those thoughts were short-sighted at the time. Anna has gone on to lead teams in successfully developing and implementing important, game-changing scientific initiatives and programs at the national level. And I could not be prouder than to introduce her today.
Congratulations to all of the graduates here today. It's your awesome accomplishments that bring us together this afternoon. Congratulations to the faculty advisors, the parents, spouses, partners, and friends who have stood alongside our graduates on their journey. Take a moment to be proud and to acknowledge the role you have played in their success. It's truly an honor and a little bit surreal to stand before you today, an honor for which I owe a huge debt of gratitude to those who supported me on my journey. Today marks a significant milestone not only in your academic pursuits, but also in your personal lives. As you receive your degree, you'll become a part of a community of scholars who have dedicated their lives to advancing knowledge and contributing to the betterment of society. It is your personal responsibility to continue in their footsteps and to further elevate the intellectual and scientific discourse. It is your obligation to pay your debt to your community and to use your power and your newfound stature to serve the public good. But in the end, you owe it to yourself to grab life by the horns and create a path that brings you joy, for in that joy, good things will follow. I'd like to spend the next few minutes sharing some reflections on these areas and ideas from my time here at Wake Forest. I speak from a perspective of a bench scientist, but I hope you all will find kernels of truth no matter your chosen discipline. Research is about discovering something new, uncovering knowledge that didn't exist before. Sometimes what you find makes total sense. It's logical, it's expected. But sometimes, if you're lucky, the results of your findings look way different than you expected. Are they a mistake? Did you do something wrong? What if other people never challenged dogma, never questioned the status quo? What if they wrote off their findings and moved on? Where would we be? When I was in graduate school, I remember reading in amazement the findings of Takahashi and Yamanaka's seminal 2006 Cell paper. In this paper, they showed that adult mouse connective tissue cells could be reprogrammed to become stem cells. These cells could become neuronal, they could become skin, they could become cartilage, they could become anything. Cells with these properties were coined induced pluripotent stem cells. And in the 17 years since their initial discovery, these cells have gone to revolutionize disease modeling, drug discovery, and precision medicine. But before Takahashi and Yamanaka entered the scene, John Gurdon was busy flipping his own tables. In the 60s, he made the observation that the specialization of cells can be reversible. In his classic experiments, Gurdon took an egg cell of a frog and swapped out its nucleus with the nucleus of a mature intestinal cell. Much to everyone's surprise, the modified egg cell went on to become a normal tadpole. The DNA of the mature cell still contained all of the information necessary to develop the cells in the frog. Up until this point, the dogma was that once an immature cell's fate was determined, that decision was irreversible. But by challenging the prevailing thinking of the time, Gurdon opened the door for Yamanaka to bring this thinking full circles 40 years later. And in 2012, together they were both awarded the Nobel Prize in Physiology and Medicine. As Carol mentioned, I had my own experience as a graduate student grappling with findings that didn't fit the entrenched dogma of the time. It's not always an easy path to follow. My findings weren't likely to win me a Nobel Prize, but they were met with a fair amount of skepticism from my colleagues and the faculty. It would have been easy to walk away and to pursue a different path, but those Those that know me well might call me stubborn. So, armed with some tantalizing leaves from a dive in the literature and the commitment and support of my thesis advisor, I doubled down and pursued the story, developing more evidence and support. Slowly but surely, I was able to convince most of my thesis committee that my findings weren't a fluke or the result of sloppy experiments, and I was able to publish on these results in 2006 and graduate. This experiment gave me the confidence to continue to challenge conventional wisdom. In my current role at the NIH, it's actually my job. I'm responsible for taking a 30,000-foot view of the operations of a $2.8 billion organization and figuring out how we can make things better for the benefit of our staff, the research community, and the taxpaying public. To do this, I ask a lot of questions. Why do we do things this way? Could we do that instead? Is this necessary, or are we making more work for ourselves? I'm never satisfied with the answer because we've always done it that way. It's not an easy prospect leading change. In fact, as humans, we're hardwired to resist change. Our brains interpret change as a threat, which triggers physiological responses to protect us. But the behavioral science literature tells us that the status quo can be combated by a positive vision and concrete steps to make that vision a reality. As students, you have spent many years learning to contribute to the scientific and intellectual discourse. As you continue to elevate the conversation, don't ever be afraid to ask questions that buck the status quo. But as you do, remember the words of Oprah, who once said that great communication begins with connection. You've learned to write academic manuscripts, grant applications, give presentations about your work, and present studies at academic conferences. You've honed the craft of developing an argument, of weaving a narrative, and laying out evidence in support of a hypothesis. However, you're graduating at a time when the public distrust in science and the intellectual elite has never been greater, and when deliberate attacks on science and scholarship have reached a fever pitch. This isn't about whether COVID was created in a lab in China. This is about the Andrew Wakefields of the world, who published sloppy research which suggests that the MMR vaccine predisposed children to behavioral regression and pervasive disorders. Even though literally thousands of papers have been published discrediting these findings, which were later retracted, and despite the fact that Wakefield and his colleagues were later found guilty of failing to disclose conflicts of interest and fraud, this damage had been done and resulted in the growth of a once fringe belief that vaccines cause autism and led to a global fear of vaccination. I'm confident that all of you today will be guided by the strong moral code of academic integrity on which this institution was built. But to all of you, I humbly urge you to communicate your work with the same degree of integrity. Don't overhype the significance of your statistical findings just to make headlines or clickbait. Speak with precision about your work in a way that rejects hyperbole. Take the time to explain nuance and help others understand the complexity of the research and the scientific method. Come out of the ivory tower to connect to people on their level, not yours. Meet people where they are. This is your obligation to give back, to use your skills and your scholarship to serve the public good, to lift up the community that got you here today. Throughout my life, I have been blessed with a community of individuals who, for whatever reason, believed in me, even when I didn't believe in myself, who saw potential in me that I couldn't see, who supported me and loved me even at my most unlovable, who were interested in me, and who left impressions that will last a lifetime. People like my preschool teacher, Mary Ellen Strohaker, who more than 40 years later at 107 still asks my mom what I'm doing and tells her that I was her best student. People like Shirley Breuer, my neighbor as a child, and who more than 60 years my senior invited me to her house daily to teach me how to play cards, how to talk to grown-ups, and who with her daughter Roxanne became a refuge during my turbulent teenage years. People like Mrs. Levine, my 11th grade English teacher whose tough love cultivated me writing skills that still pay me dividends today. People like my neurobiology teacher in college, Dr. Cristina Fernandez-Valle, who opened my eyes to the complexities and mystery of the brain, and whose lab gave me the bug for bench research. People like my thesis advisor, my mentor and friend, Dr. Kara Milligan, whom during my time here at Wake Forest gave me the space to explore my intellectual curiosities and a place to land when I failed. Carol pushed me when I faltered and has become one of the biggest advocates for my successes, as you heard. It wasn't always sunshine and roses with us. We yelled, we fought, we cried, but we also laughed and learned and challenged each other during the times we were together and in the times since. Winston-Salem, and to some extent Wake Forest, wasn't always a place to be openly gay. Even though I never felt unsafe or unwelcome, I never felt truly at home or as part of a community outside of my close-knit lab. It was a lonely being everyone's token gay friend, and my mental health suffered some during my time here. But despite that, Carol's door was always open. She welcomed me into her home and to her family as if I had been there all along. She welcomed me, lastly, people like Karen and Walter Taylor, my mom and dad, who embody the notion of unconditional love. My mom takes every possible opportunity to tell me how proud she is of me. And every time she says it, she means more than the day before. And my dad, a first-generation college graduate, who, because other people believed in him, went on to get a doctorate degree. He paid this forward not only to me, but to countless students over the course of his career, lifting them up, giving them advice, and helping them accomplish their dreams. And as I reflect on his success and the people he has influenced in his career, I can only hope to help others with such of a generosity of spirit. And people like Amy, my partner in this crazy life, who builds me up, who supports whatever I do, who workshops ideas with me to make them better, who picks me up when I falter, and who loves me unconditionally. All of you got here on the shoulders of others who have supported you, people that sacrificed for you and that went out on a limb for you. Parents, life partners, family, teachers, mentors, pastors, bosses, friends, people that believed in you and that believed that you could accomplish great things. I don't say these things in any way to diminish your achievement, but simply to say, let's please all take a moment to acknowledge and appreciate the people that got us here today. Whether they are in the audience or elsewhere, and as you move forward in your life, look for opportunities to be that kind of influence on others. Be someone's key to success. Inspire others to be curious and stand in someone else's corner, even if it's not the most popular thing to do. In addition to using your power and influence to help others achieve their potential, I think the most important message I can give you to take away today is to stand in your own corner. Advocate for yourself. Do what you love. Follow your bliss. The author Joseph Campbell once said, "Follow your bliss and don't be afraid. Doors will open where you didn't know they were going to be." When you're doing what you're meant to be doing with passion, it's infectious. People want to know you. They want to ride on your train. They want to help you achieve your vision. Pursuing your passion and chasing your dreams sometimes requires taking risks, walking into the unknown and deviating from the path that you had planned for you or that others had planned for you. That can be scary. It can be uncomfortable, but sit with that discomfort. As the great poet, civil rights advocate, and Winston-Salem's beloved Maya Angelou once said, "You may encounter defeat, but you must not be defeated." In fact, it may be necessary to encounter the defeat so you can know who you are and what you can rise from and how you can still come out of it. I'm surprised still at how I came out of it. As a fourth-year graduate student beginning to think about next steps, I began to look at changing the world around me and feeling like I wanted to do more. I wanted to impact science and society in a different way and work with a larger canvas to make the world a better place and to influence policy. I began looking for opportunities to make this shift and realized that I needed to find my way to DC. I looked for jobs and postdocs in DC, fellowship opportunities. I found people who knew people. But before long, I had my sights set on getting the Science Policy Fellowship sponsored by the American Association for the Advancement of Science. By all counts, this was the most prestigious and effective way to get in the door, but also the hardest. I put nearly all my eggs in the basket and hoped for the best. I didn't really have a plan B, and I always have a plan B, sometimes even a plan C. I crave routine and stability in my life. I've never been one of those people that thrives on change, but I knew that this is what I needed to do. It was what I wanted more than anything. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't always easy. I heard a fair amount of skepticism and naysaying. I had my own moments of self-doubt. But as Joseph Campbell predicted, I was on the path that was waiting for me, and it was wonderful. But this day isn't about me. It's not about my successes and failures. This day is about you and you choosing happiness, about making a deliberate choice to live a life that brings you joy and fulfillment. And for you, I wish nothing more. I'll close with another quote from Maya Angelou. What is a fear of living? It's being preeminently afraid of dying. It's not doing what you came here to do out of timidity and spinelessness. The antidote is to take full responsibility for yourself, for the time you take up and the space that you occupy. If you don't know what you're here to do, then just do some good. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Anna, for your remarks and words of encouragement and advice to our graduates, and know that we're also very proud of you as well in everything that you've accomplished. We now move to the presentation of faculty and student awards and the recognition of our award winners. I now call on Brendan Eberl, the co-president of the Graduate Student Association, to present the Faculty Excellence Award, which is given yearly by the Graduate Student Association to the faculty who best exemplifies the Wake Forest University ideals as teacher and scholar.
Thank you, Dean Godwin. The Graduate Student Association received an impressive number of nominations for the Graduate Faculty Excellence Award this year. We trust that this indicates both the outstanding nature of the graduate faculty at Wake Forest University and the high regard for the graduate students for the excellent mentorship they provide. It is my pleasure to announce that the recipient for this year's Faculty Excellence Award is Dr. Shannon McCauley, Associate Professor of Physiology and Pharmacology. Dr. McCauley, please come forward. Dr. McCauley's award testimonial is printed in your programming. Please join me in congratulating her.
Congratulations, Dr. McCauley. We now turn to the presentation of the Outstanding Master's and Doctoral Student Awards. And before we present these, I want to point out that these have been named the Gordon A. Melson Outstanding Student Awards, a recognition of Dean Melson's 15 years of dedicated service to the graduate school. I also want to thank the faculty and alumni and friends who generously contributed the funds that make these awards possible. The Doctoral Student Award is presented to Brittany Liebenow, a PhD graduate of the Neuroscience Graduate Program. And Brittany, please step forward. Brittany has made outstanding contributions to the field of human neuroscience, as detailed in her nomination letters. She was noted for her pioneering work measuring dopamine release in humans with an addiction disorder. Her work was supported in part by a prestigious National Research Service Award from the NIH. This work has resulted in multiple first author publications and award-winning conference presentations. In addition to her outstanding publication record, her nominators wrote of her leadership and mentoring qualities that exemplify the highest standards of the Melson Award. Her full testimonial is printed in your program. Please join me once again in just congratulating Brittany. The Master's Student Award is presented to Kliang Colin Lee from the Psychology Graduate Program. Colin, please come forward. Colin is praised by his nomination letters for his exceptional skills as a researcher, scholar, mentor, and departmental citizen. He's got an impressive list of awards, including the 2023 Psychi Graduate Scholarship. His research on feelings of belonging among students and in-group prejudice is timely and has led to multiple conference presentations and expected journal articles. He possesses a commitment to inclusive mentoring that well represents the best of Wake Forest. The award testimonial for Colin is printed in your program. Please join me in congratulating Colin. I also wish to call to your attention the many other national, regional awards that have been received by this year's graduates. These are listed in your program. Time doesn't permit me to read these names here, but just know that we're all very proud of you and everything that you've accomplished during your time here at Wake Forest. Our congratulations to each and every one of you. We now come to the hooding of the candidates. The names of the candidates for graduate degrees appear in your program, and I will now ask Dr. Brad Jones, Dean of the Arts and Science Graduate Programs, to step forward to present their graduates.
Thank you, Dwayne. You guys ready to do this? Finally? Excellent. Will the arts and science candidates for the degree Doctor of Philosophy please stand? These candidates will be hooded by their faculty advisors. Please withhold applause until all the candidates have been hooded. Mahme Ajwa Ado, Advisor Patricia Dos Santos. Elmira Alipur, Advisor Daniel Kim Shapiro. Alexander Gennadovich Aragon, Advisor Kiana Young. Candidate will be hooded by Amanda Jones. Ashley Marianne Edwards, Advisor Patricia Dos Santos. Francesca Felipa Giamona, Advisor Miriam Ashley Ross. Catherine Ambrose Hankins, Advisor John Lukesh. Chi Wei Hu, Advisor John Lukesh. Mark Joseph Maraski, Advisor Rebecca Alexander. Jonathan M. Nelson, Advisor Eric Johnson. Hardik Pandey, Advisor Timo Thanhauser. Lindsay Marie Picor, Advisor Lindsay Comstock. Matthew Charles Waldrop, Advisor Oana Cercescu. Shinji Jung, Advisor Uli Birbach. Yuanhuang Zhu, Advisor Paul Jones. Well done, PhDs. Will the arts and science candidates for the degree Master of Arts please stand? These candidates will be hooded by Professor Rebecca Gill, Department of Communication. Lisbeth Berenice Esquivel Garcia. Sarah Ahmed. Zubaya Akhtar. Rachel Louise Beal. Peyton Michelle Benzivanga. Kelsey Brass. Myrit M. Bolgen. Elizabeth Bullard. Okay. Sorry. Myrit M. Bolgen. Was it Mara? Mara Bush. Lauren Winfrey Bird. Hallie Catherine Campbell. Madison Lee Campbell. Abigail Carpenter. Eileen Patrice Carson Muhammad. Congrats, Dr. Muhammad. Kelsey Catherwood. Vicky L. Solozzi. Rebecca Johnson Chase. Kyle Clayton. Emily Frances Cleveland. Thomas Condon. Well done, Tom. McKenna Curtis Collins. Got it. Natalie Grace Bradford. Kelsey Brass. Sydney Louise Elder. Esther Jane Carruthers Espeland. Cassandra Danielle Faircloth. Kyle A. Farrer. Jiao Go. Aaron Francis Green. Tammy Bird Green. Ling Fong Go. Sarah Catherine Guthrie. Brandy Hall. Songru Han. Kylie Coleman Hayes. Bailey Renee Hill. Jennifer Elizabeth Horton. Ryan Rabowski. Ashley Elizabeth Hudgens. Jasmine Hughes. Tanisha Jackson. Rachel Ann Jennings. Jurabek Karimov. Rowan Kimmerly. Mackenzie Ann Crawl. Paige Ann Quietek. Margaret Ellen Langford. Crystal Yvonne Leonard. Koyoung Colin Lee. Alex Jorge Marban, Jr. Erin Kathleen Marlowe. Catherine Ann Marple. Olivia Miracle. Jordan Moore. Helen Griffin Morgan. Taja Iman Nile. Javiante Quandarius Roshan Nash. Delitza Nieves. Cassidy Carl Nocenzo. Stephanie Perez Toro. Anna Phillips. Melanie Denise Powers. Nia Nicole Randall. Ananya Ranjan. Emily Hawkinson Rimmer. Wenjun Jin. Yelene Wren. Ashley Elizabeth Robinson. Alexandra Olivia Ross. Ria Satish. Jamie Catherine Shulin. Catherine Whitaker Seitz. Nina Shanahan. Chenyu Shin. Lucy Schumann. Alicia K. Snell. Lindsay M. Stahl. Holly Michelle Swenson. Rachel Thomas. Isaiah Jermaine Tisdale. Meredith Kelly Trank. Michelle Mackenzie White. Michelle Whiting. Adam Patrick Wyndham. Jensen Cowell Wolfley. Paul J. Wood. Leanne Wyrick. Well done, MAs. Will the Arts and Science candidates for the degree Master of Science please stand? These candidates will be hooded by Professor Jeremy Rouse, Program Director, Department of Mathematics. Jill Ahmad. Allison Elizabeth Avery. Olivia Camille Beal. Catherine Boyer. Catherine Joan Chalikian. Yutibarak Nagusi Demise. Adam Green. Ethan Wave Huang. Evelyn Hussar. Joey Houston Johnson. Aspen Elaine Kent. Jiachen Li. Robert Samuel Link. Jiaotian Liu. Thomas H. Meek IV. Lizelle Lirio Mendoza. Jonathan Moon. Samuel Norton. Gabrielle Pate. Emma Holland Pickard. Ashutosh Rai. Justin Tyler Robinson. Austin Joseph Snide. Peyton Bray Troutman. Giacomo Viazzo. Yunmong Wu. Inzer Shu. Xingjia Zhu. Chuanyang Yu. Well done, MSs. Will the arts and science candidates for the degree Master of Fine Arts please stand? These candidates will be hooded by Professor Christopher Zaleski, Program Director, Documentary Film. Sydney Beeman. Elizabeth Miller Durstein. Allison Virginia Reef. Rodney Harper Wilds. Well done, MFAs. Will the arts and science candidates for the degree Master of Arts in Education please stand? These candidates will be hooded by Professor Alan Brown, Chair, Department of Education. Emma Catherine Armstrong. Molly Ann Dwyer. Elena Eckelbarger. Courtney Casey Fadley. Connor Douglas Flaherty. Bailey Ainama. Ashlyn John. Jessica Logan. Caroline Pope. Kathleen Tucker Rainey. Allison Lewis Rice. Lily Patrice Richards. Luke Tatum. Congrats, MEADs. Go teach them. I now ask Dwayne Godwin, Dean of the Biomedical Sciences Programs, to step forward to present his graduates.
Will the biomedical sciences candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy please stand? Our candidates will be hooded by their faculty advisors. Please withhold applause until all the candidates have been hooded. Kojo Ajiman. Advisor, Dr. Boris Pash. The candidate will be hooded by Dr. Stephen Kreidel. Naomi Lynn Bean. Advisors, Dr. Benjamin Rowland and Dr. Barry Stein. The candidate will be hooded by Dr. Benjamin Rowland. Lanesia Trinice Belfield. Advisor, Dr. Clark Files. Heather Colvin Binns. Advisor, Dr. Regina Cordy. Haley Johnson Bowers. Advisor, Dr. Jared Weiss. Hannah Nicole Carlson. Advisor, Dr. Jeff Weiner. The candidate will be hooded by Dr. Wayne Pratt. Caitlin Margaret Carroll. Advisor, Dr. Shannon McCauley. Scotty Allen Chung. Advisor, Dr. Philip Brown. The candidate will be hooded by Dr. Ashley Weaver. Casey Kavan Clark. Advisor, Dr. Anthony Atala. The candidate will be hooded by Dr. Shai Soker. Joshua Scott Kopus. Advisor, Dr. Sangjin Lee. The candidate will be hooded by Dr. James Yu. Aaron Wesley Deal. Advisor, Dr. Leah Solberg Woods. The candidate will be hooded by Dr. Michael Olivier. Stephen Donald Forsyth. Advisor, Dr. Shai Soker. Brianna Elise George. Advisor, Dr. Sarah Jones. June Tae Ha. Advisor, Dr. Sang-Jen Lee. The candidate will be hooded by Dr. James Yu. Tessa Comscott Hulbert. Advisor, Dr. Kristen Nicholson. Mitesh Jayeshkumar Lawala. Advisor, Dr. Ashley Weaver. Brittany Nicole Liebenow. Advisor, Dr. Kenneth Kashida. Madeline Iree Moderer. Advisor, Dr. Sarah Jones. Caroline Elizabeth Miller. Advisor, Dr. Jared Weiss. Stephen Javier Baran. Advisor, Dr. Douglas Lyles. Sumaya Ashfaq Nazli. Advisor, Dr. Michael Olivier. Morgan Caroline Tate. Advisor, Dr. Shannon McCauley. James Michael Potaraki. Advisor, Dr. Tracy Quiswell. Matthew Vincent Roll. Advisor, Dr. Misha Nikiforov. The candidate will be hooded by Dr. Stephen Kreidel. Sarah Elizabeth Sizer. Advisor, Dr. Brian McCool. Scott Alexander Smyer. Advisors, Dr. Benjamin Rowland and Dr. Barry Stein. The candidate will be hooded by Dr. Ben Rowland. You okay back there? We do have a defibrillator down here somewhere. We'll find it. Matthew Vincent Roll. I'm sorry, I skipped one. I was trying to be funny. All right, Sarah Elizabeth. Next page. Zhen Wang. Advisor, Dr. Tao Ma. Cassidy Megan White. Advisor, Dr. Eric Donnie. E.D. Wu. Advisor, Dr. William Wagner. The candidate will be hooded by Dr. Eric Brady. Jihao Zhang. Advisor, Dr. Just Meyer. Well done, PhDs. That's right. All right. Will the biomedical sciences candidates for the degree of Master of Science please stand? The candidates will be hooded by Dr. Timothy Howard, Professor of Biochemistry and Program Director of the Biomedical Research Program. Abiodun Adeyemo. Britta Kazia Ajay. Joelle Ashley Adon. Leila El Sayed Saleh El Din Ahmed. Rania Hassan Mohammed Ahmed. Brett Dorothy Barber. Andrew Jordan Barnes. Victoria Marino Bartlett. Demetrius David Booker. Leonora Princess Boston. Joshua James Bowlby. Allison Segal Braun. Bradley S. Burden. Macy Elizabeth Calvasina. Naomi Robin Kamak. Abigail Grace Cole. Elaine Carter Conrad. Joshua James Cook. Gerardo Cortez Zapata. Jessica Naresa Jaleel Crawford. Simone Latavior Davis. Michaela Mead Doherty. Lavinia Jazz Favor. Carrie Kemp Finch. Connor Gilliland. Barbara Giselle Gonzalez Lara. Pamela Jill Grizzard. Jan Habak. Atticus Halpern. Yingun He. Abigail Higarty. Jasmine Nicole Hughes. Riley Emma Ehrman. Hitanshi Jain. Lachey Gerald. Trenton Zaan Jarzymkowski. Jasmine Alicia Johnson. Jasmine Tiana Johnson. Molly Suzanne Joplin. Cecile Joel Asumana Kamara. Ashish K. Khanna. Jacqueline Sistine Kincaid. Torasaju Pinoson. Hannah Elizabeth Kramis. Rachel Lamarble. Nateria Danae Lewis. Alexandra Marie Luce. Tierra Mack. Michael Andrew Madden. Michelle A. Maxwell. Megan E. McCarron. Sydney Ray Victory McKinney Nida. Clarence Moore, Jr. Madison Holly Moore. Jean-Claude Mwanza Ndinga. Tamara Marad. Brianna K. Murphy. Mariana Kamal Najjar. Jill Erlene Knopfziger. Abrielle Nicole Noyes. Bright Chenyeri Wanguma. Jenna Oladart. Elizabeth Aleja Ortega. Dexter Perkins, Jr. Emily Marie Potts. Jansen Redler. Alexandria Nicole Reinhardt. Abigail Repetto. Jalen Joshua Richardson. Alyssa Jane Sardone. Dustin Jamal Sellers. Asma Semren. Joseph John Serovich. Christopher Robert Simmons. Sarah Elizabeth Simpson Owens. Nathaniel Allender Swift. Bernetta Maria Thurman. Jennifer Vergacek. Jonae Weish. Amir Alexander Young. Madison Carter Young. Owen Joseph Zalasak. Congratulations, biomedical science graduate students. Will the biomedical sciences candidates for the degree of Master of Healthcare Leadership please stand? The candidates will be hooded by Dr. Brett Nix, Professor of Emergency Medicine and Program Director of the Healthcare Leadership Program. Zareen Acosta. Matthew Barr. Christopher A. Budig. Warren Chuck Campbell. Christina Wallace Catla. Courtney Ellicott Duncan. Shannon L. Everhart. Shannon Courtney Godfrey. Rachel L. Graham. Derek Juwan Hurd. Roger David Israel. John Matto. Carol Ann Malone McClellan. Lisa Ann McCorkle. Tara McNair. Dipti Padmalayan. Joseph William Rubal. Jeffrey Lee Schneider. John E. Vance. And Eric C. Weinman. Ladies and gentlemen, I know you've been holding back. Please join me in celebrating our 2023 graduates. You all did the thing. I want to now ask Dean Brad Jones and President Susan Wente to step forward for the conferral of degrees.
One last bit of business. Will all candidates for the Doctor of Philosophy please stand, both sides of the aisle? President Wente, these candidates have met all the requirements for the degree Doctor of Philosophy. It's with great pleasure that I present them to you on behalf of the faculty of the Graduate School of Arts and Sciences for the conferral of their degree.
By virtue of the authority granted to me by the Board of Trustees and upon the recommendation of the deans and faculty of the Graduate School of Arts and Sciences, and Dean Jones for Arts and Sciences, and Dean Godwin for Biomedical Sciences, and upon the successful completion of all degree requirements, I confer upon you the degree Doctor of Philosophy.
Will all candidates for the master degrees, that is Master of Arts, Master of Science, Master of Fine Arts, Master of Arts in Education, Master of Healthcare Leadership on both sides of the aisle, please stand. President Wente, these candidates have met all of the requirements for these master degrees. It's with great pleasure that I present them to you on behalf of the faculty of the Graduate School of Arts and Sciences for the conferral of their degrees.
By virtue of the authority granted to me by the Board of Trustees, and upon the recommendation of the deans and faculty of the Graduate School of Arts and Sciences, and Dean Jones for Arts and Sciences, and Dean Godwin for Biomedical Sciences, and upon successful completion of all degree requirements, I confer upon you the respective degrees of Master of Arts, Master of Science, Master of Fine Arts, Master of Arts in Education, and Master of Healthcare Leadership. Congratulations to all of you.
Well done, graduates. As you leave this place today, I remind you that commencement is the beginning and not the end. Soon, many of you will take your first steps into the professional world. Please remember that your success will not depend upon truths that you read in a book or discovered in a laboratory or learned from a mentor. You'll find your true place in this world only if you listen for your call. And when you hear it, be prepared to serve selflessly as true daughters and sons of Wake Forest University. Pro Humanitate. Following the recessional, please attend the reception in the green room of Renota Hall, which is directly across the plaza from us, for a reception. All are invited, and we look forward to seeing you there. Now please stand for the recessional.